Was good, Aquarius. So you actually have the Six of Michael, the decision, and then you, Aquarius, have the King of Gabriel. So what you've got going on? Okay, yeah, there you go. What you, Aquarius, got going on? Um, you have an individual basically who you don't want around you. They're coming in, or you don't want anything to do with, pretty much. You're not being disrespectful. They're coming to you, but you don't want them. That's why the decision is there. The decision represents like this connection that they have with you, and you, Aquarius, understand this connection, but you don't want anything to do with them. If you are attached to them, because if you ever see, because the decision basically is the devil card in other tarot decks, and majority of the times you see the devil, where the devil is there in the middle, right? Peep the symbolism. And then both people on the other ends, and they have a chain around their neck, but they can always take the chain off, but they just basically choose not to take the chains off, and so the chain offs. And so the situation with that is, that's my point, right? Like, whatever their connection that they have towards you happens to be, you, Aquarius, don't want it, and you don't necessarily have a grudge towards them. It's not like you, Aquarius, are holding some form of a grudge. And that's the thing that's really the most, that's really the most powerful part, is the fact that you, Aquarius, don't really have anything against this person per se, or this situation, this person who may have this kind of powerful attachment to you, but you don't have that towards them. It's not like, you're going to be with them. This is more so a sense of you understand it for what it is. And so, because of that, this is more so a situation where you, Aquarius, you don't have anything personally against them. It's just that you don't want them around because you and them are not a very good mix with one another. I talked about this before. People choose whom they are with the majority of the times based upon duplicity. Most people are not really keeping it 100 with how they pick and choose people to be in relationships. That's why the relationships is so wonky, is because people don't want to address the silent part out loud. The silent part is people don't pick other people based upon their character, which is what you're supposed to be picking people on. So it ends up being this situation where, when we really get down to the nitty gritty, people really pick other people for social status, aka celebrity, finances. They think they have some form of connections. They pick people based upon, they think that the person can be used for what they want, And this puts people in a situation where it's like, okay, if that's the case, this is why relationships, the majority of the modern day relationships don't work. It's because it's this sense of, okay, there's no kind of looking at the person anymore and saying that this is a living being. This person is just being used for what they can produce, not who they actually are, which opens the door towards usury. That's what the decision represents. The decision represents, the decision, right, represents usury and all of that, because the decision is not just about like two people being connected with one another. Yes, it represents that, but it also represents, in a lot of cases, two people being connected with one another, and what keeps them together is not what should be keeping them together, right? That's what the devil is between the two of them. It's the fact that they are both being intellectually dishonest about why they're there, and they're not addressing about themselves what they need to in order to not have to have these interactions. And some people live their whole lives on that hill, and until they move on, if you catch my drift. And so the Empress and the Peace card here, right, again, The Empress right here represents a lot of you Aquarius are not looking to stay on that hill. You're not looking to do that with anyone forever and just you live your whole life, right? You're being used, they're being used. Because the majority of the modern day relationships now is usury. That's the reason why you Aquarius, that's why a lot of you Aquarius try to get away from. You want a person, like I've been saying, you want a person to look at you as a holistic individual, a living being, not just, you know what I'm saying? Not just an individual that is good at doing a particular thing. And so this is what I was saying, because I remember this is what I was saying a few months ago or some months ago when I was saying about how, because what ends up happening is that what people end up doing is that they end up looking at you only for your looks, only for your big brain, right? You may know how to do something well, or for your earning, your financial earning potential. They don't know how to deal with you. They don't know how to deal with you, uh, Aquarius, as a living being. You have earning potential. You're a big brain. You look good. You have a sense of humor. Like deal with you in your totality. They only can objectify you, look at you for one thing, and then now you Aquarius, that is the capacity of the scope of how they're going to deal with you. Meaning that they choose something about you and then they say, okay, that's how I will deal with you from that perspective. They won't deal with you from the perspective of you have a lot more than just this one thing. You, yes, you have this one thing to offer, but you have other things as well to offer. That's why you got to look at the person. You got to take the whole person in. You got to look at the whole perspective. You got to grasp at the whole, the total picture. That's what Aquarius represents, the total picture. And so a lot of people don't think about it from that perspective. And so the Empress and a Peace card represents, this is why a lot of you Aquarius are with the people that you are now, or you're single. It's because the people whom you're with now probably look at you from a bigger perspective than the average person does. And for you who are single, you haven't found anybody yet that looks at you not just for your body. A lot of Aquarius be having bodies. You know, Kordianka, the Native American Kordianka, she was in the movie The Power of Few. Fine. Whoo, French tip nose and tail. French tip nails and toes. If you ask me to show you a Wikipedia picture, fine. Right? Another Aquarius. I think the one who was in the movie with I forgot someone. I forgot her name. You know what I'm saying? Cause she's not in a whole lot of movies. Fine. Woo-wee. Fine. Right? But at the same time, that's it. That's all they want to deal with the Aquarius from. Oh, okay, yeah, you look good. And they don't be like, okay, the Aquarius got other things going on too. Right? And then you Aquarius look at it from a perspective of no one is going to understand you. And then even when sometimes, that's the other catch-22 for the lower Aquarius, even when a person does understand you and is ready to deal with you more than just one perspective, a lot of you Aquarius, you get scared and you run off. That's the other catch-22. So the situation is, this is why a lot of you Aquarius are where you are. It's because you understand your disposition, right? For you higher Aquarius. I'm not talking to the lower ones. And so the Four of Ariel and the Four of Raphael for you Aquarius speaks about how you're building your invisible world up, that invisible house up. You're building your own character up, who you are. You're building yourself up, not just physically, but also the immaterial world, who you are on the inside, right? You're abundant on the inside, and you're continuing to build, and you're happy to build, whether you're with someone or you're not, and you're single. And the Four of Raphael here speaks about how you're attending or you're addressing that part of yourself where people only see the beautiful part of you, the part of you where you look good, but they don't want to deal with the other elements of you, right? You know, a lot of Aquarius, I know a lot of Aquarius be thinking that they kind of out of their mind or that they done gone fool. I've heard that from many Aquarius, a lot, all of them that I've asked the question of, they think of themselves as being gone fool. Like, oh, I've lost my mind and I've essentially stopped trying to find it. I've lost my mind. And they think of themselves as being out there. And a lot of you Aquarius don't know why you feel like that. That's part of the reason why it is I say that a lot of you Aquarius sometimes will think that you're hexed and all of that. And so you're addressing, a lot of you Aquarius, relationship, no relationship, you're addressing that part of yourself. Like, why do you Aquarius actually feel like you've lost your mind and that there's no way for you to get it back? Or maybe you found your mind, but there's still pieces of your mind, so to speak, missing and all of that, right? So to speak. And so the Nine of Gabriel here represents, you know, you're actually leaving space to address that. And then the Eight of Gabriel and the Justice right here. And for you, it's putting you in a much more powerful position, because as you address that within yourself, you Aquarius are also doing more of the things that you want to do. I know a lot of you Aquarius are, you know, venturing out on, you know, business ventures, or you're scaling your business and stuff like this, and you're good, right? So making yourself more materially wealthy. But the materialism or making yourself more materially wealthy comes from the fact that you Aquarius are able to build yourself up immaterially. You're actually addressing the things within yourself that you Aquarius need to. Why is it that you Aquarius why do you want to perceive yourself as losing your mind? Maybe you already had your mind. Maybe, because like you got to understand that a genius is often, I've talked about this before, that a genius is often considered crazy or not correct or not normal, because geniuses are considered that way. Like look at the Kendrick Lamar reactions, right? You know, TV off reactions, right? The like the mashup reactions. How like, you know, I forgot the the name of the YouTube channel, excuse me, you know, just in case if they watch it. But they was talking, you know, they was talking about how, you know, Kendrick Lamar did the ha ha right in the part of the TV off the song, right, that he was rapping, how it, or the music that he was making, how it is that he's like, he's crazy, like he's out of his mind. And it's like, this is what I'm talking about. The master, the one that is powerful within you, people that you demonstrate, people gonna consider a person to be out of their mind. And it's like, who are you referencing? You're referencing people who are not in your head, don't know you. You're referencing their assumptions and their own projections onto you. This is why, you know what I'm saying? Like this is, you know what I'm saying? This is why it ends up being a very poor science. It's because of the fact that you have individuals who project onto you, and you Aquarius took other people's projections that they have had or their assumptions that they've had onto you and really was like, yeah, that's who you are. Now you Aquarius are regaining your mind. Internal reflects external and external reflects internal, right? You found yourself in a position now where, because you've addressed those things, you're actually making more, you're making certain decisions. And this is what I was trying to say for months since the year began, is the fact that when you address certain things within yourself, you won't think about those things. So let's just say you think about 10,000 different things, 15,000 different things. Let's just say 25,000 different things, different decisions that you need to make throughout the day. Let's just say that as an example, okay? And then you address certain things within yourself. Then it goes from 25,000 to 20,000. Do you understand the focus? Do you understand how much more powerful you can be? Because what you've done is because of the fact that you Aquarius have addressed certain things within yourself, you have taken off the table extra decisions that you needed to make in order for you to be able to get from point A to point Z, right, on a 24-hour cycle. And so then you address more situations within yourself, your invisible world, right? Who you are, right? And then now you go from 20,000 to 10,000, right? This is the same example. This is what you Aquarius are doing. You're able to make better decisions because you have less things to deal with, less dysfunctional, stupid things to think about, right? And so you're doing yourself what? Justice, right? Justice isn't just about the justice is about a lot of things. Sometimes it's kicking somebody's butt, right? Sometimes it's addressing certain things in your home that you need to address. Sometimes it's addressing things within yourself that you need to address so that you don't have to think so hard about different things. You can actually concentrate, i.e. focus. So let's clarify the Justice card. So you Aquarius, to clarify the Justice card, you have the Queen of Pentacles, the Page of Cups, the Moon card, Queen of Wands, and then you have the Wheel of Fortune, right, to clarify the Justice. So that's my point. The Queen of Pentacles, Page of Cups, the Moon card for you Aquarius, speaks about how now your decision-making process is going to be even better. Because imagine you having the 25,000 things that you're thinking about on a 24-hour cycle. Now you just eliminated it down to 15,000, right? You have less things to think about, less things that's occupying your mind, and you're going to make better decisions. And so now you have the Queen of Wands and the Wheel of Fortune. And so the situation for you is that this is more so about how you Aquarius, a lot of you are actually happy about this, because this also means a simpler life, a more happy lifestyle, or in general, a simpler life. You have less things on your mind, so which means better sleep too, right? So overall, you Aquarius are addressing your existence. You're addressing what does it mean to be an Aquarius, and why is it that it's a gift, but it's also a hex at the same time, and how to change it to where it works for you. So that's pretty much it. Comment on the video, like the video, subscribe to the YouTube channel, share the video. Trying to get the YouTube channel to 100K. We're at 29,250 subscribers. Smash the subscribe button, smash the like button, hit the notification bell, set the notification bell to all so you can be notified whenever it is that I drop my videos. Oh, if you want to come through and get a personal reading, the link to that is in the comment section below, called the Linktree link. Peace.